NBA prize picks for Tuesday, November 12th. I'm Sniper from DFS Army. Smash that like button. We got 5 plays to break down. We're going to break them all down, pick a favorite, lock something in, try and run our streak to 2 in a row as we cashed Josh Giddey pretty easily. Actually, he gets 7 assists, just needed 5.5. One more time, smash the like button, and I'll get into the plays for today. All right, first play. We're going to look at Jayson Tatum more than 28.5 points. Real quick, if you are not on Prizepicks, you get a free $50 when you deposit with my code down below in the description. New accounts, make a $5 play, get $50 instantly. Make sure and go sign up for that. You got to go to the DFS Army Proptimizer. This is a tool that you get access to when you subscribe to DFS Army. We have plays for Prizepicks, Underdog, Sleeper, Sportsbook plays straight up. Make sure you, again, link in the description for that. Actually, before I get into the place, this is the tracker I happen to have up. The DFS Army subscription, we're up a little over a unit in the last 3 days. 3.7 units, $100 unit bettors here last week. 10 units last 30 days, and you see the lifetime tracking right here. Again, links for that down below in the description as well. Sniper20 gets you 20% off. Well, let's head right back to the Jayson Tatum points play. The odds ever so slightly lean towards the more here, as we have basically, it's a pick 'em though, minus 115 a piece both sides over here on DraftKings, minus 120 on BetMGM. As you see, the tool is updated live throughout the day. It comes back. We're all good to go. So slightly leaning towards the over. He's been over in 4 of the last 5 games and 7 of the last 10. Projection model, though, has it at 28.38, so it's not like we're slamming the over here in terms of odds and projection. The form looks pretty good. I do want to jump over here and look at the DVP. And go ahead, we're going to pull up 4, which is where Tatum plays. We're going to look up Atlanta, who is not a good defensive team overall, but actually it is a tough matchup for Tatum in that, can't say I expected that. 8th fewest points per game to the power forward position. On top of that, Tatum and Horford, who we're going to get to in a second, are both day-to-day with injuries. He has been just covering this number. In fact, the one time he missed it, he was under against Atlanta 28 points in this game. So you got odds pretty much even. Projections leaning towards the under. Form is over. However, I would go towards the less on 28.5 points for Tatum with the injury concern and it being a tough matchup for Atlanta. Not a play I really like. Let's flip on over and let's look at Karl-Anthony Towns, 36.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Let's go back to the Proptimizer, sort by a new player here. Get Karl-Anthony Towns, the PRA is right here, and the odds are actually leaning towards the under, but again, pretty much a pick 'em here. No great odds value. We did have some of the odds value we had on Giddey yesterday was nice. It's hard with the streak play game. Leaning slightly towards the under here on DraftKings, minus 120 to minus 110. The Sportsbook, though, and BetMGM, it's down at 35.5 and skewed towards the over. So the odds here, pretty much 50-50. You're not going to get much odds value. 36.31 is the projection, so just under. However, he's been over 4 of the last 5 games and 6 of the last 10, so shading towards the over there. Let's go look at how the 76ers defense has been defending the center position so far this season. Looks to be a pretty juicy matchup for Karl-Anthony Towns. Philadelphia. It's a little bit skewed, though, because Embiid hasn't played a ton. But they are allowing the 6th most points per game to the center position. If I go over to middle of the league here in terms of rebounding against the center position. I don't think they're getting up a ton of assists. So it looks to be a good matchup, but I think it's deceiving with Embiid's playing time so far this season. 36.5 PRA for the Knicks here. I would probably slightly lean towards the under, but I actually think I like it even less than the Tatum play. Not a ton of value I'm seeing so far in the Prizepicks board, but I would actually lean towards the less, which I think is against the trend. Both these, the streak play stuff is pulled from the popular picks, and usually people are slamming the more. And people are slamming the more, because of the last 5, And it was the same way with the Tatum play. They see over in 4 of the 5, but you go a little bit deeper, see some red flags that would go less than on both of them. Do have to find a play we do like, though. Let's see how we can see how we handle Anthony Edwards, 26.5 points. Back to the Proptimizer to start our breakdown here. Great research tool available for all of our members. Looks like a little bit of odds value here. Not much, but more than before. Minus 125 on the over on BetMGM. That's kind of consistent here. 25.89 only on the projection model. He's been over in 6 of his last 10. Has been under 3 of the last 5. But extended out, 6 of the last 10 he's been over. Projection model leans slightly under 25.89. The odds projection relatively close. Good form to look at. Let's head on over. Let's look how Portland is defending. And I would imagine here not well, and here I am correct. 5th most points per game allowed to the shooting guard position. Right here I should highlight. So it is a good matchup for Anthony Edwards. Odds lean towards the over. Yeah, projection is a touch under. Not enough to scare me off. I would go Anthony Edwards more than 26.5 points. I got to go through. I did notice we've got some college football up here. Esports, but back towards the back end, we've got 2 more NBA plays. They put 5 on the board for us today. Al Horford, 8.5 points. Not a ton of points needed here. Let's go back to the Proptimizer, go through the same process, break down these plays, find our favorite. Al Horford under 8.5 points is where the odds value is. Pretty much a pick 'em though, minus 120 to minus 110. He's been over in 4 straight games in 7 of the last 10. 8.56 on the projection model is just over. Horford day-to-day as well. However, Atlanta's a team is defending better than I think this season. Pretty much middle of the road matchup, though. I think that's 8, 9, 10. They're like 14th in the league, points per game to the center position. So really difficult play, and then it's a neutral matchup. His form goes one way, his odds go another. I would lean towards the more than, but again, it's not a confident play, especially if you have both Horford and Tatum being day-to-day at the moment. And I don't want to risk injury news really tanking this play here. Last thing to look at, let's go Josh Hart, 4.5 assists. We'll do one more reset here on our tool. Josh Hart, 4.5 assists. The over's got some solid odds value in that it is minus 133 here. It's been over in 4 straight games, 5 of the last 6 as well. 4.69 on the projection model. Taking on Philadelphia. Let's go to change the DVP tool to the 3 position. Let's pull up assists. As long as it's not a difficult matchup, and I think this is the way to go. Philadelphia has got the 5th worst DVP defense assists versus the small forward position. So clearly here, I'm going to go with the more Josh Hart, 4.5 assists. Let's back out. You guys hit the like button if you didn't already. Drop me a comment with what your favorite play on the board is, and let's do my recap here. I think my least confident play on the board, Karl-Anthony Towns, I would lean towards the less, 36.5 assists. Don't love it though. I think 4th place play, probably going to go with Jayson Tatum, less than 28.5 points. Not a fan there, really at all. Especially with the day-to-day tag here. 4th place play. So the first 2 I just covered. First 2 I covered in the video. Least favorite plays on the board. I would say 3rd place play will probably lean Al Horford more than 8.5 points. The injury news really scaring me off there. 2nd place play, Anthony Edwards, more than 26.5 points. Good play, but I do not like it as much as I like the last one we just covered. We got odds, form, projections, and value. Going to try and go back-to-back as we go Josh Hart, more than 4.5 assists. We hit the Josh Giddey assist line yesterday. I don't know why. Prizepicks just kind of fumbled on me there. We are locked in. There it is, all lit up. Josh Hart, more than 4.5 assists, going assists for a 2nd straight day. That's the whole video. Like I said, picks, plays, promo codes all down below. I got deposit match codes, discounts to DFS Army, so you get access to all the plays in our Discord and the tool you saw me pull up. Any questions, hit me with a comment, drop the like, and here's that daily reminder that whether or not you are a DFS Army member, you probably should be. But either way, good luck in those contests, and let's cash this ticket.